Okay, and just in case you're wondering, I told you that I wrote this programming script yesterday, and it had some bugs, and I had to do some editing when I loaded it today. For the videos, I had to do some editing because it had some bugs in it. I showed you on these members tables, we've got people with blank profile links and blank usernames. If that calls and raises any kind of concern or question about the integrity of my data for my project, what you got to understand is this new project starting all over from scratch on Facebook Site 4. I've been on this project for all of 2 days. This project right here, where I do my analysis on Facebook Site 2, I spent over 3 years on this project. Okay. And so there are bugs and stuff in there that had to be fixed out. They had blank profile links, all this stuff, every bit of it. I mean, this thing right here has been worked to death, and everything's fixed. So if you go to the tables here, you get all these different tables. For instance, I've got see more posts. Okay, these are posts that have the see more text that's not expanded, where all the text is not expanded. And so I had some of those, and I did an analysis and aggregated those on the database table so that I could fix those. Okay, I've got missing subcomment IDs where certain files in my cache folder for certain subcomments aren't loaded. I've got those aggregated. Missing comments IDs. I've got everything under the sun that you could think of that needs to be fixed has been fixed. I mean, this thing has been went over a bazillion times, over and over and over again. And so the data for my analysis, my data is extraordinarily accurate, and my analysis is extremely, extremely valid. And I just started on this video a second ago, and then I cut it off, and I was doing the same demonstration. But here I've pulled my Group 2 user stats table from my original database. So this is from this database, this Facebook Site 2, where my project's at. And you'll see here I don't have a blank anything anywhere. Actually, I do. What the hell is this? Okay. Whatever the bug is here, it's been fixed. Okay. I don't know what the hell. Let me see here. So I'm not going to have. I don't think I'm going to have anything from. And I don't know why that I've got this, because I fixed all these. Okay, select from Group 2 posts where all user ID. There's no way that I've got anything for this user, although I wonder if this is being reflected on my stats table. Okay, in my members table, which is just one. It's just one user, but I don't know what the hell. Actually, this person's going to have no data that gets factored into the analysis. Okay, so this is not even going to. Okay. But the point still stands. I've went over this data a bazillion times. Let's go back to. And I know that's confusing. The other tables tie the user ID to the all user ID on these group tables. Okay, and you'll see some videos. There'll be some videos for you to watch. Okay, so see here we've got a timestamp for this person, which is absolutely baffling. But you'll see here this person has no activity, and so the net effect of this user right here, and I may have even when I aggregated the data, I may have even counted for the fact. I'll make a separate video at some point in the future where I address this to see if this person is even getting counted. Okay, but if this person isn't getting counted at all in my in my analysis, it is one single user on a metrics table. Okay, so this person joined in the scam era. In the scam era, I've got thousands of people joining constantly every month for months for group 2. And so out of those 1,000 people, this is working. We got one extra person, one single user is the most we've got here. And this is baffling me though. I don't know how this. I thought I'd gotten rid of all these. Let me see here. I'll see if I got any blank profile link here, and I got none. And I wonder if last time. Let's see. Let's go back to group 2 here. I wonder if last time I might have accidentally deleted a profile link when I was doing this. Okay, but here then we can go to group 4 user stats. And I don't know how it is this person. And I may have even already accounted for this in my analysis. This is group 4 user stats. So here we got no blanks because we got blank profile usernames. Nope. Okay, then we got group 6. But I will definitely find out. I will definitely find out if that person, again, is doing absolutely nothing to my data, but it's just one person out of 1,000 users. Okay, see here, that's all been fixed. I'm not sure why. At some point I've accounted for this blank user somehow, almost certainly. But we'll skip that. We've got here. We're going to going back to our new project. We've got our users table loaded. We're going to load some posts, and I've got a folder here with some posts to be loaded. And I already showed you my UI. Then we have nothing here. We got nothing showing up in this new feed post PHP file. This is my UI that feeds directly from the database. All the data from my UI ultimately comes from the database, but some of the data from the database has been transferred to some cache folders for my first on my original site. But here we're going direct from the database. We have nothing, and so what we're going to do is we're going to load these posts. It'll take it a second to load. And we'll see how these get loaded into the UI. And I've got this set to load 3 posts at a time. Okay, and you'll see it takes it a second to load these posts, load them 3 at a time. Do we have a post loader here? Yeah. We'll get the post loader going. Okay. Undefined variable, great. I was editing this script earlier. I have 50 here. Where are these? So here we'll load this again so we don't have all this text. I was just messing with this script, and as you notice, it's really annoying with these scripts. You see here it's loading these posts. God dang it. Okay. Go back here. See if we load some posts. Hopefully we didn't. Actually, this is my other file. Hopefully we didn't load any posts. Okay, we loaded 3 posts, and so we're going to have to truncate these fucking tables. Let me get this here. And I'm just going to keep it honest here. I want to let all these errors that I'm making show up. And I was editing this earlier. I just want to truncate these tables. Okay, there we go. Now we've got 46, user 46718. We're going to delete these two right here for this user. We're going to have this returned back to where it started from. And then we're going to have master users. We're going to delete this last user here. The disk got added. So we're going to start all over. I'm going to go ahead and keep this video. Because this will help you see the process I go through here. Okay. So here, so we're back to a blank database. And that file, that variable, it tells us we got a misnamed file variable. That's why that these loaded as they loaded as everything was valued at 0. Then what happens is if there's no data for this, so when I go to my post table, if there's no data for the reactions, the comments, the group, all this, I put a 0. Okay, and so we've loaded a blank file. I've got that fixed now, and this should work. And here we'll load this again on a new page so we don't see this text. Okay. Okay, it looks like it went pretty fast there. Okay, and so now I've got data in my post table. Now you'll notice that I'm missing the post timestamp. If I go to my comments table, I'll have actually, we'll go with these one at a time. Post components. Okay, so I've got some post text and I've got some images. Then I go to comments. I've got some comments. Okay. Then I go to subcomments. I've got some subcomments which Facebook calls comment replies. If I go to my UI now, I have some post loading. Okay. And this was set up to load 3 posts at a time. And it looks like some of this, we do miss some text sometimes. So let's go to our first post here. Let's go back to posts, and we'll pull this post out of our folder. Looks like we've got a website link. Some of these A tags we don't get. Okay, yes. So actually, we've got the whole thing. We just don't have the link here, but we've got the photo. And for the purposes of my analysis, I don't do analysis on external links like this. Okay, so here's that. We just don't have the link. Then we got this post ID. And we'll load this post in here side by side. Okay, and so here, looks like just a photo. We'll see if we missed anything here, but we should not have. We got a photo by this person. Okay, and we got 9 likes. Did we get our likes right? Yeah, we got 9 here. And so you notice one difference of my UI is when they have photos, it loads the photo on top rather than on the bottom. Okay, then we got one more post. And this one had some comments and sub-comments, so it'd be neat to see this one if we got some comments and sub-comments. See what we got here. And again, I've checked a lot of these and I don't tend to miss much. Of course, one thing that comes into effect here is these and some of the stuff, this application that okay, here's this, and so let's get this up here. Okay, and this is from Autism Awareness and Support. Let's go back here to this. And we'll get these loaded side by side. And we'll see how close we are to being accurate. Again, most of these are pretty, most of them match line item for line item actually. I'm missing some emoticons. Okay. So this is on May 9th, 2023. Okay, what is your favorite chew gum and why? We got this emoticon. We got 4, and of course you can also notice another difference is I don't use boldface text for Facebook boldfaced. I don't, what was the other difference? I don't use boldface text. And what was I about to tell? Oh yeah, and I don't have I don't have paragraph breaks. Okay, so here we got comment by comment. We got this person, Amelia Zane Carter. They are making this comment. They got this reaction. This person is quoting this person. And so let's see if this actually takes us to this person's link. Okay, and this link is expired, but it's got this person didn't know that. We got a sub comment. I love necklaces. We got Simon Jane here. He's got 1 like. We've got a laugh emoticon talking about textures. Colony resort to straws. I do double mint. Okay, and this post right here, this is from May 9th, 2020. I believe is when this post is from. So this is well into the scam era, and this person is almost certainly a scammer, and these people replying are almost certainly a scammer. And this is one example of a phenomenon that happens in this group, in these groups where the scam is going on, is people will post about the stupidest stuff, and there'll be a bunch of comments. Okay, and Wells Fargo has known for quite some time that I'm doing a statistical analysis. And the purpose of this is to dilute what they're doing. They know that if they can just cram a bunch of posts and comments and stuff that are about a bunch of nothing, that when you do the numbers, it's going to distort them. And it certainly has distorted the numbers, but it hasn't distorted them to the point that when I do my analysis, it still shows what I believe to have occurred. My analysis is consistent with that and kind of proves that. But I mean, who the hell? Who's got enough free time? Who gives a shit to get on Facebook and comment about what's your favorite chew gum? Okay, and to have a bunch of people reply about their chew gum, and I like double mints. That if you go back into this group, into the historical conversations in these groups. Like for instance, this is group 2, formerly known as High Functioning Autism Awareness and Support. Currently, this is Autism Awareness and Support. Currently, this group changed its name, but you have autism moms and dads are the dominant people. You have probably a 70-30 ratio of autism moms and dads, mostly moms, but autism moms and dads, and 30% are people, adults with autism, something like that. And these people, it's like when you read their posts, there'll be advocacy posts. There's one variety of posts that comes out, and that's mostly through the administrator, the founders of the group. They'll post factoids about autism, because this is something they care about. Outside of the post where they're promoting autism and autism awareness, the posts are dominated by people that have got some really pressing issue. They've got some concern. They've got something that's frustrating them that they need help on. And so it's stuff like, my 4-year-old won't eat vegetables to save his life, or something like this. All I can get him to eat are chicken nuggets and stuff like that. I can't get him to eat anything healthy, and I give in and just feed him all this this junk food and this fast food or whatever it is, because I'm afraid he's going to starve to death if I won't feed him that. There's nothing I can do. Or I've got my 3-year-old and he won't use the potty, or stuff like this. That these people have got some major pain point, some major frustration in their life, and that's what drives them to go onto Facebook and to join an autism group and to spend the time out of their busy day as autism moms and dads. They've got all kinds of stuff to do. They've got a very, very good reason for coming to this site. That's what tends to dominate the conversation. And once these scammers get on, you have a bunch of talk about mental illnesses other than autism, and you have a bunch of stuff that is like this, that is just stupid and pointless, or that's not about anything. Okay, so you can divide the post. They're between autism, or they're between mental illnesses other than autism, and then you have a bunch of posts that have nothing to do with any of those. Okay, it's just a bunch of random stuff. And so, for instance, here they try to weasel in some. They might try to weasel in, some vague or some remote connection to autism here. So they've got it's chewing jewelry for people with autism. So I don't drink. I don't chew gum because I've got autism, and people with autism chew jewelry or whatever bullshit they're saying. But to go back, you got posts about autism, posts about things other than other mental illnesses. Okay, you go back historically, the huge majority of the posts are about autism. Very few of them about other mental illnesses, and there's not much noise outside of that. When you go into the scam era, you have a bunch of have posts about autism that look stupid. Okay, then you've got posts about mental illness where they're clearly lying, and you've got a whole slew of posts that it's like some kind of motivational statement that somebody might post on their main Facebook wall, or some just trivia that has nothing to do with anything that either you would not expect anybody to care enough about to post on Facebook, or if they are going to post on Facebook, they're going to post it on their normal wall for their friends. And so if I were to refine my analysis and get rid of the post that have nothing to do with autism, have nothing to do with mental health, so if I were just reduce my sample of posts to the post about autism and the post about mental health and all this other side stuff, just it's excluded from the analysis. My analysis would blow it out of the water even more extremely than it already does. Hopefully, if you're looking at this, you saw some of my analysis that I'm getting extremely significant p-values. I'm getting extremely significant increases in the content of the discussion about mental illness without even factoring in all this nonsense. Okay, but this video has carried on for a while, and so just for the sake of time, I want to cut this video off. And in the next video, we'll continue discussing my project, and I'll probably load some more posts and tell you some more about my UI.